The situation at the Central Methodist Church in downtown Joburg is reaching crisis proportions, with scores of Zimbabweans now even resorting to sleeping upright on staircases. A massive police clampdown on foreigners sleeping outside the church, the state's South Gauteng High Court and surrounds, has forced the church's custodians to pack even more people into the already full facility. More than 350 foreigners and a handful of South Africans were arrested recently for sleeping on the pavements outside the place of worship. One of them, a former Zimbabwean soldier who deserted the army and fled to South Africa, showed Eyewitness News a head wound he says he sustained during the police raid. Tensions among Zimbabweans as well as between South Africans and foreigners are rising. There are claims that some refuge seekers are to blame for attacks on foreigners, shop owners and pedestrians passing by. Another man who calls the pavements of the inner city his home is still nursing his wounds after being attacked by a fellow Zimbabwean. He says tribal tensions are simmering between members of the Ndebele and Shona-speaking tribes of Zimbabwe.
I'm somebody who is associating with nearly everybody here. I'm always helping the ladies who are sweeping the street every day when I've got my spare time, when I didn't go to look for the jobs and whatsoever. You see, then they just start targeting me that I'm trying to make myself a South African.
When Eyewitness News first exposed the growing humanitarian crisis in the heart of Africa's leading city, the criminal element was the exception rather than the rule. However, 4 months down the line, pedestrians, judges, shoppers and passers-by tread carefully as they move in the vicinity of the church and the court. Facing constant overcrowding, hunger, ridicule and persecution by the police, it's little wonder that some resort to using drugs and alcohol. Boys as young as 10 have also been sucked into the inner city's gambling culture. Tempers often flare among residents, sometimes over a cell phone, other times over the hijacking of a sleeping space. After months of deprivation and sleeping on Joburg streets, this young man, who now stays in a shelter, says he's ready to go home.
So far I'm the breadwinner they home. So when I get home I want to have a small market so that I will feed my family and prepare for my future.
The government says it will be moving people from here soon, but then again it's been saying that for the past 4 months. Micel, Schnehage, Eyewitness News, Central Methodist Church, Johannesburg.